Mr. Vaughn, what are your thoughts?
Well, I subscribe to what Mr. Schoenbrunn has just said, that it is part of both concepts, that there is a healthy America somewhere beneath the drunken and violent America. It's still extant there. I hope it will find its course again with some new leadership and some new thoughts and some new thinking that will manifest themselves in trying to reason out the problems of the world domestically and internationally, not by force, but by sensitivity and awareness and gentleness. It seems that the gentlemen that Mr. Schoenbrunn mentioned, who have fallen under the assassin's gun, Adlai Stevenson, who was attacked viciously just before Dallas, seem to have been the object of the conservative point of view. And I would hate to label or categorize all of these situations, and some of them are still dubious. Martin Luther King, case in point, as being simply the manifestations of homicidal drives of the extreme right, but it seems to be clearer with each subsequent assassination that there is evidence in that area.
Mr. Vaughn, I know you're concerned very much with our foreign policy, and I've heard you speak about it in other programs, and we've been told in the last couple of days by some of the, in the last 24 hours, by some of the national figures who have said, in effect, we are not so guilty. We've also been told that it's meaningless to make a parallel between a nation's foreign policy and individual acts of violence within our country. Is it so meaningless a parallel?
Well, it may not be a black and white parallel, but it is certainly not meaningless. I am certain that this monstrosity that we have been involved in Southeast Asia for 4 years, 5 years, 12 years, would not have occurred had those men been of white skin. I'm quite certain that the entire concept of alienation from society that produces, if that was the man Oswald, if Sirhan was the man, the Erich Fromm, Hannah Arendt, Erich Hoffer concept of true believer in relation to not being able to identify with self and therefore finding causes that will produce an individual case and place in history, can be related very often to the racist, or to the individual himself, to the physical individual. The assassins have been deeply disturbed people in the past. They have often been small. I'm getting into your area, Doctor.
That's all right.
They have often been small. They have felt alienated from society. Oswald felt alienated from the America that was affluent. Sirhan felt alienated, from what we can gather to date, also from the America that was affluent, and also from great feelings of sympathy toward communism in Russia and China. I think that it is not meaningless. I think that there are very close parallels. I do not think that the war that Mr. Schoenbrunn and I have spoken against for many years would have gone on over this incredible number of years had it been a war between Americans and Canadians, Americans and white-skinned, blue-eyed Germans. But we look at Vietnam, and they are little people, and they are not the leaders of the world. They are not the white men of the world who we believe have the right and responsibility for leadership in the world. So I think there is a parallel, if not complete, certainly significant.